Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are taking a stack of source material detailing a rapid 5-day blueprint, a structured AI challenge.
And our mission today is pure extraction.
Right. We're skipping the fluff, getting straight to the engine, and just pulling out the actionable framework.
And the core mechanisms that, actually drive the productivity they're promising.
So if you're here to get instantly informed on the strategy behind integrating AI for massive time savings, this is the deep dive for you.
It's a critical mission, really, because the claims are, well, they're aggressive.
Very aggressive.
The blueprint promises you can save upwards of 5 or more hours every single week.
5 hours. And our job is to analyze why that specific number is supposedly achievable. What's the underlying strategy?
Exactly. What makes the framework function?
So that's the big promise, 5 hours a week. And the first, most fundamental insight from the source is this challenge it poses to you, the user.
Right. It forces a choice.
You have to choose to be either an AI passenger or an AI director. And this choice, it frames the entire 5-day process.
It's the essential paradigm shift, isn't it? An AI passenger is passive.
Like just asking ChatGPT for a quick email.
Exactly. You accept the default settings, you treat it like a magic search engine, and you get sporadic benefits, incremental.
Not a director.
A director sees the AI as a configurable operating system. They customize it, they force it to define variables, they structure the workflow, they're actively designing the output.
And that's the only path to saving those 5+ hours.
It's the only way.
I really appreciate that distinction because it immediately tells you that you need an active, critical approach. It's not just about having a login.
And crucially, the source emphasizes this is for everyone. It claims the strategy works, even if you're not tech-savvy.
Which is a big hurdle for a lot of people. It's designed to bypass all the technical jargon and just focus on implementation.
That accessibility is built right into the structure. The whole thing starts by breaking it down into these small, manageable steps, starting with day one.
Day one, the matchmaker. Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
It's the foundational step, right?
It is. Day one is all about specificity. Before you can automate anything high value,
It's a big, important stuff.
you have to eliminate the low-value, high-friction tasks, the things that just drain your energy.
So the matchmaker concept is about, what, doing an inventory of your day?
A high-speed inventory,
Yeah.
of your personal workflow friction points. And not just general tasks, but the ones that drain you disproportionately.
Okay, so you identify the drain. Then what?
Then, the lesson teaches you to find the specific AI tool, and it might be a really niche one, that perfectly solves that single unique friction point in your process.
So it's not just go use a big language model. It's more like if your energy drain is synthesizing meeting notes.
Then use an AI specifically trained for transcription and summarization. Exactly.
And the goal is a quick win. They promise you start saving at least 30 minutes daily, right away.
That immediate psychological payoff is crucial. It builds momentum for the more strategic steps later on.
That's a strong start. But for our audience, the core focus is often knowledge acquisition. How do you go from simple task matching to, real intellectual leverage?
And that brings us to day two. This is where the blueprint introduces the AI learning accelerator method.
Okay, this sounds powerful.
This is where the strategy shifts. It goes from just task management to actual cognitive enhancement.
And the claim for day two is pretty transformative.
It is. It teaches the user how to absorb information 3 times faster.
3 times faster. That's a bold claim. As analysts, we have to look at the mechanism. What is the AI actually doing to make that possible?
It's not just asking the AI for a summary of a long article. That's what a passenger does.
That's passive.
The accelerator method uses 2 key things: advanced summarization and structured retention techniques.
Okay, tell me more about advanced summarization. I'm guessing that's more than a few bullet points.
Oh, much more. A good director forces the AI to structure the summary, not just for content, but for recall.
For recall, so it's about memory.
Exactly. This means generating outlines tailored to your prior knowledge, extracting key vocabulary for focused study, and even generating questions that test your application of the knowledge.
So it's not just rote facts.
No. The AI is distilling the information down to its absolute essence, removing all the rhetorical filler that just slows down your comprehension speed.
So it's not just about reading less, it's optimizing the input to match how the human brain actually works. What about the retention techniques?
The techniques use principles of spaced repetition. The AI serves up the key facts or terms based on an optimal recall schedule.
Like intelligent flashcards.
Basically, yeah. The source claims these are the methods being used by the top 1% of performers because it's about creating leverage over the sheer volume of data we all face.
The AI becomes your intelligent filter.
And your personalized tutor. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, so we've got a system for matching tools and accelerating knowledge. Once you've got that down, the next bottleneck isn't time. It's mental energy.
Which brings us to decision fatigue and high-stakes risk mitigation. Day 3.
This feels like the point where the blueprint moves from convenience to strategic protection.
That's the perfect way to put it. Days 1 and 2 save you time. Day 3 saves your mental energy and prevents catastrophic errors.
Day 3 is called the Clarity Framework, and the goal is to implement the AI decision framework too. And this is a quote, "Eliminate decision fatigue forever."
A lofty goal.
So what does this framework look like in action?
Well, decision fatigue happens when we spend valuable cognitive resources on choices that are, ultimately repetitive or low leverage.
Right.
The AI decision framework acts like a triage system. It forces you, the director, to first define the variables of the decision, things like risk tolerance, expected ROI, potential downsides.
So the AI is like a structured sounding board. It forces you to be rigorous.
Precisely. For a really high-stakes choice, the AI can act as a sophisticated devil's advocate.
How so?
It can rapidly generate counterarguments, flag potential regulatory blind spots you might have missed, or simulate outcomes based on slight changes in the data.
It doesn't make the decision for you.
No, but it makes sure the human user has considered all the variables that a single tired brain might overlook. And that's the highest value benefit.
And there's tangible evidence for this. The source gives the case of Unsold S, a lead generation master, who said this framework alone saved them from a $12,000 mistake.
That specific number, $12,000, is fascinating because it lets us analyze the likely nature of that mistake.
It's not just a typo.
No way.
Yeah.
For a lead generation master, a mistake of that size is likely a large-scale error in forecasting, or maybe an incorrect assessment of market risk, something big that the AI flagged before they pulled the trigger.
A mistake avoided is capital preserved.
And cognitive load reduced. This synthesis accelerating knowledge in day 2 and protecting assets in day 3, it moves you way beyond just managing emails.
It shifts you into a protected, high-leverage zone.
And once that foundation is set and the decisions are sound, then the blueprint moves to full-scale automation.
Which brings us to day 4. Automating your way to an extra day per week. That's the promise. Saving 5 to 7 hours of work is a major claim.
A huge claim. And the strategy for getting there is actually very simple. Elimination, not just augmentation.
Yeah.
You identify the truly repetitive tasks and you just eliminate them using simple interconnected AI tools to create these mini workflows. The focus is on off-the-shelf tools, no coding needed.
The source material gives us 4 great imagine goals that make this really concrete. Let's walk through them.
The first one targets the biggest time sink for most people, inbox management. The goal is to save up to 2 hours daily.
2 hours a day just from email. How?
Through an AI triage system. It's much smarter than a simple spam filter.
How does it work?
It categorizes emails based on sender history, urgency keywords, but more importantly, it can draft suggested replies for common inquiries.
The 80% of emails that are routine.
Exactly. While ensuring that the critical, high-priority messages from, say, key clients are flagged for immediate human review, so nothing important ever slips through.
The second goal is maybe the most fun. Using AI so effectively that your colleagues think you've hired an assistant.
And that perception is the direct result of day 4's efficiency. When you're instantly responsive on routine items and you never miss a follow-up.
People assume you have invisible help.
The AI is managing the table stakes of professional communication, which frees you up for the actual creative work.
And the third goal loops back to what we discussed for day 2. Transforming overwhelming information into actionable insights in minutes, not hours.
It shows how interconnected the blueprint is, the skills compound.
And the final result, the big payoff,
is finding that extra day each week, that 5 to 7 hours, to dedicate exclusively to high-value, career-moving projects. That's the entire point.
Now, saving 7 hours by day 3 seems ambitious, but we have proof from Charles I, a marketing consultant. He automated his client follow-up sequence and reclaimed 7+ hours weekly.
And he did that before day 4 was even complete.
So what's the mechanism there? What in that specific follow-up sequence makes that 7-hour claim credible?
That 7-hour savings points directly to the sheer volume of low-leverage, repetitive communication in client management.
Just constant check-ins and reminders.
Right. A marketing consultant might spend a half hour every single day just tracking, personalizing and sending follow-ups.
Huh.
Automating that entire sequence where the AI drafts personalized messages based on data inputs means the AI is handling hundreds of microcommunications per week.
It's a classic example of work that AI just swallows whole.
It is high volume, low complexity.
That analysis makes the claim far more plausible. It's not one giant win, it's 1,000 small ones happening at once. So, that brings us to the end of the challenge. Day 5.
Day 5 is the final step. Synthesis and continuity. You walk away with a personalized AI breakthrough blueprint.
So it's not just a collection of notes.
No, it's a custom implementation plan.
Yeah.
It's designed to make sure the gains you made over the 4 days are maintained and scaled into the future. It's about building a sustainable system.
And this whole blueprint is built around rapid execution. The lessons are designed to be high density, low friction, just 15 minutes a day.
That structure is key. By keeping the daily commitment so low, the program avoids the biggest problem with learning: burnout. It's micro-learning combined with immediate application.
Which is why they can claim instant results.
Exactly, and we have testimony on that. Telia L., an accelerated educator, claimed this 5-day challenge gave her more practical implementation, more doing, than months of prior broader learning efforts.
That's a strong indictment of general theory-heavy courses.
It is. The value here is that it's all tactical execution. It bypasses the history and goes straight to what an AI director needs to configure right now.
And we should briefly mention the fast action incentive, the 50 ready-to-use AI prompts that save hours PDF.
That bonus is critical because prompts are the currency of being an AI director. It eliminates the guesswork of figuring out the right way to ask the AI for something. It's a massive accelerator.
So let's synthesize this. What does this all mean for you, the listener? We've analyzed a structured, focused, low-commitment path
Just 15 minutes a day.
that promises these incredibly high-reward benefits. Systematic protection against a $12,000 mistake, reclaiming 7+ hours weekly.
And absorbing information 3 times faster.
The synthesis is clear. This methodology prioritizes efficiency and leverage above everything else.
It's designed to give a learner exactly what they need.
Yeah.
Rapid knowledge extraction combined with systematic automation. It's about using technology to create personal, professional leverage.
We started by talking about finding an extra day per week, automating away 5 to 7 hours of repetitive tasks. So if you successfully integrate this blueprint, here's our final provocative thought for you.
If you really do automate away those 5 to 7 hours, what is the highest value, non-routine project you would dedicate that reclaimed time to starting next week?
Think about that protected time, the extra day you now have.
Will you finally launch that big initiative that needs focused, strategic thought? Or will you use it to master a completely new skill? That choice. That's what defines whether you were truly a director of your time.
That's the challenge. Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll see you next time.